Next up is Group E. We've been through A, B, C and D. We're now on Group E. The likes of Belgium, Romania, Slovakia and Ukraine are all playing in this group. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one shakes out. Let me know your thoughts on the group down in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way back up. But shall we now get into this video and talk all about this group stage, which I think is going to be very, very interesting. We start off with the Ukraine. Now, we know all about their circumstances in the homeland of Ukraine, and is that going to help them in this situation? And I think there's a possibility it could. There's an opportunity for these teams to become national heroes, getting out of the group stages, potentially making it through some of the knockout rounds, and I do think there is an opportunity for Ukraine to do that. They start this tournament on the 17th of June at 2 o'clock versus Romania. Their second game is on the 21st of June at 2 o'clock versus Slovakia, and they end out the group with probably the toughest of the lot, with a 5 p.m. kickoff on the 26th of June versus Belgium. Now, I think there's a massive opportunity for Ukraine here to get out of the group stages, whether that be as one of the best placed third place teams, or whether that be in second or first. I do think there is definitely an opportunity to do that. They have some really good players in their squad with the likes of Zinchenko and Mykolenko. They've obviously also got some really good attacking talent in Mikhailo Mudryk and Artem Dubravka. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner and smash that like button to push this channel to all new audiences and to stay tuned for all the latest Euro 2024 content that's going to be coming your way on this channel over the next month or so. Make sure you stick around. Let me know your thoughts on who's going to win it down in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next part of this video. And they obviously have some good talent in Mikhailo Mudryk and Andrei Yarmolenko, who it's going to be really interesting to see how this team really does shape up heading into those first couple of games. Now, just want to caveat that these squad lists that you're seeing may have changed between the time of recording and when you're seeing this video. I'm having to record on the 5th of June as a result of going on holiday, so do bear with me if any of these names aren't still involved in the squads. But they do have some really good opportunities, this Ukraine side. They have a goalkeeper that's currently at Real Madrid and has been probably a mainstay goalkeeper for them up until recent times, with Thibaut Courtois coming back in for the Champions League final. We then go on to look at the next team, which is Slovakia. Now, they face Belgium, which is a very difficult game to open up against on the 17th of June at 5 o'clock. They then face Ukraine in the middle and end it out with playing against Romania on the 26th at 5 p.m. Now, Slovakia have a really good opportunity in this group, and I think this is one of the groups where we may see the third place team come through, because you've got that sort of lack of disparity between, in my opinion, all of the teams. Now, you look at the Slovakia side, they've got Marek Rodak, Dubravka, Henrik Ravas, former Derby County Academy product. They've got Skriniar and DeMarco. Like, the only problem I see is there's no real forward talent of note. Now, they're missing, in my opinion, that sort of star name. Now, don't get me wrong, Skriniar, incredible. Dubravka, fairly decent goalkeeper, but there's no one that really sticks out and pokes needles in your eyes and goes, we're going to fucking win this game for the team. And that is something which I think some of these teams do lack. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this team does go about their business in this European Championships. Could they make it through in third, or are they going to struggle to make it out the group? Obviously, I think it's going to be a tight battle between them and Romania for third place. I think it's all going to come down to that game, Slovakia versus Romania, which happens on the final group game. So make sure you do stay tuned for the Euros for that one, because we head now on to Belgium, and they start off with Slovakia. I think that's a really good game to start the tournament, because they get the opportunity to get themselves into a rhythm. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't think Slovakia are good. I just think they're missing some of that big name talent, someone who can really set the world alight. And Belgium then face Romania at 8 o'clock on the 22nd, and then their final game is against Ukraine at 5 p.m. on the 26th of June. Now, I personally believe that Belgium should easily get through this group, but we all know about Belgium. They're, in my opinion, serial bottlers. They've had some incredible players over the years, with the likes of Eden Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku. They've had some very, very good talent, and they've never really, in my opinion, shown what they are truly capable of. Like, you look at the defenders. Jan Vertonghen is getting on, Axel Witsel getting on, Meunier, Castagna. Like, it's not that these players aren't good players, but they're missing something for me. And you even look at their forwards. Obviously, you've got Jeremy Doku, who is definitely like progressing massively since joining Manchester City. You've got Trossard at Arsenal, like De Bruyne, Tielemans, Mangala. Like, it's just one of those situations where I just don't think this Belgium side has ever lived up to the talent that it has. And it's something which has really disappointed me, because I really thought, like, your Eden Hazard, your Lukaku's, your De Bruyne's deserve an international trophy, but they've just never been able to get themselves to that sort of situation. And it's very disappointing. I imagine the Belgian fans are fuming, but it's one of those things which we're just going to have to wait and see how they get on in this tournament. Is Lukaku going to lead them to glory, or is he going to be a big chance misser and they're going to end up going out in the groups? It's going to be interesting to see. I do think they probably get through the group stages, though. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments as we head on now to the final team in Romania, who face Ukraine on the opening day. It's going to be a very interesting open day for me. They then go on to play Belgium in the middle of the group, and then they face Slovakia on the final day. I think that Slovakia game is really going to make the difference in this group between third and fourth place. It's going to be really interesting to see how this one does shape up. Now, we do go on to look at the squad, and now there is some players' names who you may recognise, the likes of Radu Dragusin. You've got players like that. You've got George Puskas, the former Reading man, I believe he played. And then you've got Dennis Mann, who, if I remember rightly, was an incredible player on Football Manager one year. I'm not sure what year, but he was incredible on Football Manager, I remember. And then you've got Hagi, who's been at Rangers. I think he's got some incredible talent about him, and it's some of those names who I think may get the better of Slovakia on that final day. Now, you're going to have to let me know down below more about some of these players, because I'm not going to turn around and act like I know everything about football. I'm always here to learn, listen to what you guys have to say, and I do think that Romania have a chance of getting out of the group, but I do think it's a very slim one. It's going to be very interesting to see how the side lines up, especially against the likes of Belgium and Ukraine, because I think Belgium and Ukraine are probably the favourites to get out of the group, in my opinion. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that shakes up. So we close out this video. I do think it's going to be a simple one for Belgium. I think a win and a draw gets you out of this group. It's going to be very interesting to see how it does go down, because we know at European Championships, at World Cups, that it isn't as simple as just win your first game, draw your second, and you through. It's never that simple. There's always cards to play. There's always variables which happen throughout each game which impact everything. It's going to be really interesting to see what Belgium do go on to do in this tournament. I do think they have an opportunity to get themselves probably quarter semi-finals. It will be really interesting to see if they do end up getting that far. I'm really interested to see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you smash that like button and the subscribe button to stay tuned for all of my latest Euro 2024 content. If you have not done so already, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll let you now get on with the rest of your day. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.